Lesson 1. Vijayanagara Empire. Vijayanagara Empire was founded in 1336 CE on the southern bank of Tungabhadra river by the sons of Sangama called Harihara, Bukkaraya, Kampana, Marappa and Mudappa. Hampi of Ballari district was their capital and their national emblem was boar. During 1336 to 1646 CE, Vijayanagara Empire was ruled by the four dynasties called Sangama Dynasty 1336 to 1485, Saluva Dynasty 1485 to 1505 CE, Tuluva Dynasty 1505 to 1567 and Aravidu Dynasty 1570 to 1646. Sangama Dynasty 1336 to 1485 CE. Harihara and Bukka. Harihara was the first king of this dynasty. He took control over the regions of Tungabhadra river. He extended his empire to Konkan coastal areas of the west, to Nellore and Kadapa of east, to the Krishna river of the north and Kaveri river of the south. Like this, he laid a strong foundation for his empire. Bukkaraya 1357 to 1377 CE, brother of Harihara, took over power after his death because Harihara had no son. During his rule, his son Kampanna expanded the empire by defeating the Sultan of Madurai. This was explained in a book called Madura Vijayam, which was written by Kampanna's queen Ganga Devi. Bukka captured Penukonda by defeating Reddis of Kondavidu and included it to Vijayanagara Empire. Shravanabelagola inscription of 1368 CE explains that he pacified the conflict between Jains and Vaishnavas and maintained religious harmony and equality. After Bukkaraya, Harihara, Bukkaraya II, Virupaksha II, 1404 to 1406 CE, Devaraya 1406 to 1422 CE, Veera Vijayaraya 1422 to 1424 CE ruled Vijayanagara Empire. Devaraya II, Praudha Devaraya 1424 to 1446 CE. He was the famous king of Sangama dynasty and his period was significant in the Vijayanagara dynasty. After he took over the power, he built a new army including Muslim soldiers who were skilled in archery and horse taming. With the help of this army, he defeated Reddy leaders of Kondavidu region. He defended famous Mudugal fort, Raichur and Bankapur by fighting with Ahmad Shah of Bahmani Sultans. His brave commander called Lakkana Dandesha defeated the kings of Kerala and Sri Lanka and collected treasure and tribute in cash from them. Praudha who had religious tolerance, built Jain and Vaishnava temples in the capital and he permitted to build mosques also. Telugu poet Srinatha, Sanskrit philosopher Dindima, and Kannada poet and the minister Lakhana Dandesh were patronized in his kingdom. Veerashaivism got resurrected in this spirit. He had the titles like Gaja Bentagara, Chatu Samudra Diswara, Ariraya Vibhada. After his death in 1446 CE, his son Mallikarjuna 1446 to 1465 CE and then Virupaksha III 1465 to 1485 CE ruled Vijayanagara. These were weak rulers and because of this a strong commander Saluva Narasimha captured the capital. With this incident, the rule of Sangama dynasty ended in 1485 CE. Saluva dynasty 1485 to 1505 CE. After taking over the power in 1485 CE, Saluva Narasimha ruled for 6 years and died in 1491 CE. His children were minors when he died and because of this, kingdom was in the protection of a commander called Tuluva Narasanganayaka from 1491 to 1503 CE. Tuluva dynasty 1505 to 1567 CE. In 1505 CE, Veera Narasimha, son of Tuluva Narasanayaka, started the rule of Tuluva dynasty. After his death in 1509, his brother Krishna Devaraya came to power. Krishna Devaraya, he was the famous and greatest king among other Vijayanagara kings. At the beginning years of his rule, he had to face many revolts. He seized Sivanasamudra fort from Umattur chief Ganga Raja in 1510 CE. Later, he won Raichur fort. He supported Portuguese to capture Goa from Bijapur. In 1513 CE, he won Udayagiri fort. Then in 1518 CE, he captured Cuttack, the capital of Gajapati Pratapa Rudra in Kalinga king by defeating him and married his daughter Jagan Mohini. In 1522 CE, he recaptured Raichur from the king Adil Shahi king of Adil Shah, Ismail Adil Khan. Later, he captured Kalaburgi, Bidar forts. He got released, the son of king who was imprisoned by Bahmani prime minister, and restored him to power in Bidar. For this, he got the title Yavana Raja Pratishta Pancharaya. Vijayanagara kingdom was expanded in all four directions. At the time of his death in 1529 CE, Domingo Pais, who visited his kingdom, stated Krishnadevaraya was a soft person with a strong body in his book Rakkasa Tangandi battle. After Krishnadevaraya, Achyuta Raya and Sadasiva Raya were ruled Vijayanagara. Since Sadasiva Raya was a minor and unable to rule, Ramaraya of Aravidu dynasty, son-in-law of Krishnadevaraya, took the whole responsibility of administration. His diplomacy expanded Vijayanagara kingdom and made it rich. The number of enemies also increased. Deccan sultanates were attacking Vijayanagara often. To avenge, Ramaraya captured Vijayapura and Golconda, and this caused the war. The sultanates united themselves with jealousy and hatred on the growth of richness of Vijayanagara kingdom. They had political differences in between them, but to defeat Vijayanagara they united. On 23rd January of 1565 CE, the Rakkasa Tangadi War began between the united army of sultans and the army of Vijayanagara on the banks of Krishna river, and Ramaraya died in the war. Sultanates looted Vijayanagara. Tirumala and Venkata, sons of Ramaraya, who escaped from war, ran away to Penukonda. Later, Aravidu dynasty started their ruling from 1570 to 1646 CE by making Penukonda, Chandragiri, and later Vellore as their capitals. After this war, feudal chiefs of Mysuru, Keladi, Chitradurga, Yelahanka, and Surapur became independent rulers in Karnataka. Cultural contributions of Vijayanagara Empire. Administration. Vijayanagara Empire had strong central administration, and it adopted decentralization administrative system in the administration. There were many ministers to assess the king and leaders of local provinces. For the administration purpose, kingdom was divided into provinces, provinces into regions, regions into cities, and cities into village groups. King's representatives were managing the provinces and hereditary officers were managing village administration. The king was the supreme judiciary. Regional officers were dispensing justice in provinces. 1/6 of land revenue was collected. It was major income and trade tax, profession tax, road tax, fair tax, export tax, and tribute in cash were other sources of income. During the reign of Vijayanagara, infantry, cavalry, elephant, and cannon divisions were the prominent divisions in the army. Thinkings here very much interested in Arabian horses in Vijayanagara. Social status. During Vijayanagara period, child marriage sati system and Devdasi system were in practice. Monogamy was in practice, but rich people and kings were following polygamy. Women were respected. Deepavali and Dasara festivals were celebrated grandly. Dasara festival was celebrated under the king's patronage. Economic status. Agriculture was the main occupation. Rice, maize, sugarcane, and cotton crops were the major crops. Kings of Vijayanagara encouraged agriculture through building tanks and wells. They had trade links with other countries and rich cotton clothes, iron diamonds, sugar musk, sandal, and spices were exported. Horse silk clothes, makmal clothes were imported. Vijayanagara was the international business center for diamonds. Cloth weaving was the important industry. Bhatkal, Honnavara, Mangalore were the important ports then. Golden coins were in use and pictures of gods and goddesses were etched on these coins. Literature. During the reign of Vijayanagara, literature of Sanskrit, Telugu, and Kannada literature developed immensely. Vidyaranya wrote books like Shankara Vijaya and Saravardarshana Sangraha in Sanskrit. His brother Sayanacharya also wrote books called Vedartha Prakasha and Ayurveda Sudhanidhi. Kings and their family members also created sufficient literature. Among them, Ganga Devi wrote Madhura Vijayam, Praudhadevaraya wrote great drama called Sudhanidhi, Krishna Devaraya wrote Jambavati Kalyana, Madalasa Charitram, and Rasamanjari. Kumaravyasa's Gandugina Bharata, Ratna Karamavarnis, Bharatesha Vaibhava, Chamara's Prabhulinga Leele were significant literary works in Kannada. Lakhana's Shivatava Chintamani, Bhima's poet, Basava Purana were the contributions to the Veerashaiva literature. Krishna Devaraya encouraged Telugu literature. Because of this, he got the title Andhra Bhoja. He himself was a poet and he wrote Amukta Malayada in Telugu. There were 8 famous scholars called Ashtadiggajs in his kingdom, and such as Alasani Peddana, Nandi Timmanna, Srinatha Pingali Suranna, Tenali Ramakrishna, and others. Religious harmony. Kings of Vijayanagara kingdom were great followers of religious tolerance. They built a mosque in their capital. The Shravanabelagola inscription in 1368 CE tells us that Bukkaraya solved differences of opinions between Jains and Vaishnavas. Barbosa, who visited Vijayanagara during the reign of Krishnadevaraya, started that any Christian, Jew, Muslim, Hindu, or person of any religion can live happily in Vijayanagara kingdom because these kings respect all. Art and sculpture. Great historian Percy Brown, on observing the temples, monuments, and sculptural status, stated that art and sculpture of Vijayanagara was the evolutionary form of Dravidian style. The temples of that period were built with strong granite rocks. Kalyana Mandapa of Virupaksha temple in Hampi, Hazara Ramaswamy temple, Vithalaswamy temple, Krishnaswamy temple, Kamala Mahal, Sringeri's Vidya Shankara temple are some important temples which were built during their rule. Very spacious enclosures, high tower, very wide marriage halls, meeting halls, spring pavilions were the features of temples of Vijayanagara period. Kalashti, Srishala, Tirupati, Chidambaram, Srirangam, Kumbakonam, Kanchi, and in other places, art and sculpture of Vijayanagara can be found. Stone chariot, idols, and Narasimha and Ganapati illustrate the monolith stone sculpture of the Vijayanagara reign. Dakshinadi music, which is introduced now as Karnataka music, has reached even common people then. Purandara Dasa and Kanakadasa contributed a lot to this field.